At the middle school, we have a workshop program that meets every week for 2 hours. Workshop classes are centered around either social justice or environmental stewardship, or sometimes both. And it gives students an opportunity to put into action thoughts and ideas they have about real-world problems happening now.
Hello, class. We have an important announcement.
Everybody be quiet.
As of 12 noon today, the Constitution of the United States has been suspended. This is a temporary measure until new governance can be put into place to secure our new laws and protect you.
After hearing from Lutheran that he wanted active things on campus, I was trying to figure out how do we take the theatricality out into the campus.
Further instructions.
And I think one of the challenges of doing a piece outside of the theater is it has to be so well planned out. You know, there were security questions involved. I initially sent an email to our head of security and to the middle school administrators, Allison and Mark, suggesting that I had this crazy idea where we were going to take over the middle school and remove all the girls into the backyard. I think everyone understood what I was going for because everyone had read Malala and they knew that that was one of the themes of our piece.
Stay in your single file line. You have been given a number. These numbers will identify you in place of your name. Do not panic. Not a state of emergency.
Creating those scenarios where people would be separated by gender and put in different parts of the theater made me realize that that really happens in places and that more has to be done.
There was a lot of nervous laughter because students were trying to cover their uncomfortableness.
I thought it was great that the kids got to actually experience what it's like to be second class and to feel what that's like.
Welcome, gentlemen.
I thought of working with the high school students to portray this army. They're working on improvisation, so they were really excited about it. So we built this kind of tension with the music. The explosion came from the Malala book. I mean, it's real. It happens. It happens all the time.
Well, I read Malala's book over the summer before I did this workshop.
This past school year, the community read was I Am Malala, and the theme that has permeated the entire school year is what does it mean to be an advocate?
I think it inspired the whole girls' education theme throughout the dance.
I had 3 kids who were interested in girls' education and in working on that topic. I gave them the music and then they came up with this very simple unison movement that was ritualistic with the books. That was their choreography entirely. Hey! And then I just helped them flesh it out to segue it into the chase. The high school students had a few rehearsals on their own, but we really only had one opportunity to work together with everyone. That's the morning of the performance. It is one of the amazing things about our kids is that they'll just dive in and do it. Their desire to improvise and be creative in the moment is great to work with.
The themes were really chosen by the kids. The first day we came in and we sat in a circle and we just said some ideas that we had.
We would just have conversations about it.
Talked about gender inequality, they talked about bullying, teenage bullying among girls.
There were building blocks along the way, so one idea would come up which would then evolve into something completely different the next week. When I hear a little nugget of something I think is going to work, I'll reflect it back to them and give them a concrete example of how they can then go away in a group and take that and, okay, create some gestures that make you feel this way or that go on this theme. They were really interested in more of a mean girls, what do girls do to each other? It turned more into how they lose themselves. how their sense of self is can be annihilated if they're constantly worried about what other people think. They chose this very, very creepy music that I loved. And then we realized, oh, it would be great if you hear the inner voices of what these girls are going through.
It's really clear. You're so dumb. You shouldn't be in that girl's.
You see then how that translates into how they interact with each other.
To call the class Dance in Action is really an understatement. It's really more about performance and acting.
Some people were like, I don't really dance. I don't know how to dance. Should I be a dancer if I'm in this workshop?
There's certainly a focus on movement and gesture and gestural vocabulary, but there's also a focus on ensemble and just how to be on stage, how to hold space. There's a lot of different elements beyond just dance, beyond the technique of dance. Really, the class is more about finding that kind of inner voice.
Well, I never thought I was creative enough, or I never thought I was, that I would ever do something like this.
I want to help support anybody that has a little bit of a creative vision.
I really enjoy choreographing, and I was really excited when I learned that I was going to have the opportunity, as well as all of the other students in the class, to choreograph or help to choreograph one of the pieces.
And I can't change, even if I tried, even if I wanted to, and I can't change.
I'm also very interested in social activism, so this workshop really seemed to combine two of my main interests.
Finding the segues between these pieces is the challenging part, but that's a part that happens in collaboration. Ella and Kira had come up with the idea of having this book and having these words that represent fear and shame. That was one of the ideas that they had thrown out very casually that I picked and went, oh man, this is something. This is basically our ending right here.
We realized the importance of pens and books when we saw the guns.
I wanted to tie back into Malala at the end.
And let us shield ourselves with unity and togetherness. Let us pick up our books and our pens. They are our most powerful weapons. One child, one teacher, one book, and one pen can change the world.
That's what we do here. That's what we do here at New Roads. You see the power of how education and the relationship between the students and the teachers can really affect change and really change a student's life for good.
It was just, everyone did such a great job at showing the story that I think we really left an impact on everyone that was sitting in that theater.